Blessed risings, good afternoon or good evening, depending on where in the world you are tapping in from. You got to keep in mind that Keep It P podcast is a global show. And today on this episode of the Hakuna Matata Hour, we will be discussing Jimmy Iovine, Clive Davis, and other industry people were privy to Diddy's alleged criminal activity. Diddy's, you know what? This is becoming ridiculous at this point. Everybody is taking their chance to speak up for their 2 seconds of fame. Everybody has a funky podcast and they need to do something to stay relevant, to make their sagging, horrible numbers. See, they're in it for the wrong reason. See, it don't matter to me if one person gets the message. That's a success for us over here at Keep It P podcast. See, that's the difference. They have a quota. They have to get a certain amount of number of viewers, listeners, for it to make sense for sponsorship for them. See, we do this out of our own time, our own grind. We don't have to answer for a bottom line. That's the difference. So everybody got some type of a sound bite. Everybody got some type of quotable. Let me make some type of meme. Let me say something funny. Let me shuck and jive. Let me coon and buffoon. Diddy's recent arrest for alleged racketeering, conspiracy, and sex trafficking have created a witch hunt in the music industry. Listen, but he's of course not part of the witch hunt though, right? There's no witch hunt against him. It's just a witch hunt to go see who's associated with fam so they can be brought down too. That's the only witch hunt. But see, that's the problem. Everybody now, if you would click-a-late together and you'd pull together your resources, see, you'd have a barrier. If you was doing things in your community, see, you would have that barrier, that buffer, see, from us, see, right, that matters because they was going to come after you anyways. It's just whether you're going to have the support or not. And you don't have the support, sir. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry. Half tether, half FBA and all. This is the bed you have made, sir. But you still shouldn't say nothing, people. You don't have to go out of your way to comment. You don't have to. You could leave it in the barbershop. You can leave it there. And you can put a precedence out there. You can put a statement. You can put a disclaimer like, yo, this just stays, but between us, we ain't in mixed company, so we can have a conversation between us in our community. See, that's what I'm saying. I'm not telling you, oh, don't talk about it. You can't, don't talk about no current events. It is a distraction because while you're in there talking about that, why y'all ain't talking about investing? Why y'all ain't talking about real estate? Do you get what I'm saying? Why you ain't talking about reparations? Why you ain't talking about how to clean up your community, how to clean up your own house? Why you ain't talking about that though? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking about. There's so many other things we could be concentrating on, but let them put out a little mess. We jump on the train, we jump on the bandwagon, and we get mixed up in drama and mess. We love drama. It continues. And then you just start mixing. Now you just put any brother's name in it. Just any, it don't even matter. We're just going to throw as many brothers' names in there and see what a stick. So you got the witch hunt from all. Celebrities and fans have been speaking up about who else could potentially be involved or aware of all that went on with the Bad Boy co-founder. Suge Knight recently claimed several notable people like Jay-Z and Dre were privy to Puff's crimes. Wow. That's what we doing, fam. See, that's that podcast, fam. See, I mean, you've been a Kuna Matata, but this is extra. This is Samuel Jackson in Django, fam. You a house Negro, fam. The former Death Row Records CEO spoke with Chris Cuomo on News Nation and clarified that he does not jump up and down and cheer for no black man going to prison. Oh, okay. Disclaimer. The problem is you're having the conversation in mixed company. This is the conversation that you should be having in the barbershop if you want to talk about it. Or wherever. I'm just using that as in the community, the example of the community hair salon, whatever you may whatever may have you. Listen, he's having a conversation that he's letting in the male mafia into a private conversation. And see, this is the problem. This is that Hakuna Matata behavior. You see where you have to share. You always want to bring somebody to the cookout, and then you start pillow talking. So it was one thing to even get the invite to the cookout. And by the way, there are no more invites to the cookouts. That's done. We're putting a hold from here on out. Indefinitely, there's a hold on invitations to the cookout, you coons. There's no more. Because you invite them to the cookout, and then what you do is you pillow talk. That's what you do. You sit there and you pillow talk and you tell your most intimate secrets, and hold on. It'd be one thing if you was exposing yourself as a coon. But you get to telling grandmama secrets. You get to telling family legacy secrets. You're a Judas. That's what you raccoons are out here. You Hakuna Matatas are Judases. So let me clarify. I don't jump up and down and cheer for no black man going to prison. Knight acknowledged that, though some people do deserve to serve time in prison for their crimes, it is not always the answer, and it can cause difficulties for those with kids and families. Oh, I did the article about his kids speaking out, and I asked y'all about how do you think your rumors and your innuendos and your gossip is affecting kids? Not just his kids, kids. They see their parents in gossiping like little batches. Right. So what are you teaching? And I agree with him. There are some crimes, fam. There are some crimes. If you got Uncle Terry and he fondling, dondling, but I'm trying to figure out, one, what was y'all doing? Why is you not watching Terry? You just now knowing about Uncle Terry? You ain't see no nothings, no indicators. You ain't see no indications. No, you seen some indications. So before it even got to that, y'all could have been checked, fam, and put some justice down, put some law down within your community without bringing insiders to lay down judgment. So all while he say that, right? Now don't forget he done threw Jay-Z in the mix. He done threw Dre in the mix. So you threw Diddy, Dre, Jay-Z in the mix. All people you seem to have problems with, right? All while saying, I ain't trying to rah sis kumbaya at the downfall of the black man. I ain't what I'm trying to do now. That is not what I'm trying. They're not living close here. I want to be clear. That ain't what I'm trying to do now. So then here it goes. This is right within this is almost borderline mental illness. So right after he says he with this is hypocrisy, you see, and I'm telling you this, he's lightweight practicing white supremacy. Yeah, buddy. I do declare I ain't never heard no, how could you be black and practice white supremacy? How could you do such a thing? That's what he doing right here. Close your eyes. Don't pretend like you don't know who I'm talking about. And who's this behavior sound like? You can be taught behaviors. Behaviors can be learned. You know how kids learn how to continue the hate, nursery rhymes, Dr. Seuss, But here he goes. Though he did have this empathetic approach, he also held no punches and called out several rappers who have been silent. I thought you said, now I thought you just said, so you ain't gonna jump up and down and sis kumbaya rah for him to go down, but you'll help to get him there though. Okay. So these are the people that's been silent, and in fact is there. That's a quote. Fact is there. He said, where we at now, I don't care if it's T.I., I don't care if it's Rick Ross, I don't care if it's Jay-Z, I don't care if it's Snoop Dogg, I don't care if it's The Game, I don't care if it's Dr. Dre. Nobody's stepping up on the fact that you know what's going on. Dang, cuz. Wow. Dang. Sambo Suge Knight also directed his energy at some major powers within the music industry, some of whom have their own public skeletons, such as Russell Simmons, Clive Davis, and Jimmy Iovine. What's they skeletons? Particularly the latter two. How come we don't hear about that? We for sure know Jimmy Iovine got some lawsuits for sexuals. Why we don't know nothing about it? Why y'all ain't digging into that? And then Clive was right there. You think he didn't get in on the reindeer games? And hold on. What, did he just fell into this? Allegedly, right? If he did, who you think taught him? Where you think he learned it from? You think none of them big wigs would have to be complicit for him to be able to pull over the wool for so long? No? Come on now. One second, y'all like, the black man ain't got nothing. We gonna flex our muscle on him, and we gonna show this little niggly boy he ain't got nothing. And then the next thing you know, he the big bad wolf. He could buy a whole planet. He could buy half the planet. He buying countries. He Jeffrey Epstein 2.0. The boy cold now. You watch out now. He was able to control them and put them in headlocks, and he had a headlock on the whole industry. Which one is it? Golly. Continues, Knight claimed that Diddy was taught this behavior by people before him. Boom. Which supports claims made by the former Revolt chairman's ex-security guard, Gene Deal, in a conversation he had with the Art of Dialogue. You got to realize he learned from Andre Harrell, Dean claimed he learned from Russell Simmons, he learned from Clive Davis. When those people are telling you that they were heavy into the drugs, they were heavy into beating women and doing things at that crazy stage, that's going to make him think that he can get away with the same thing. Dill specifically stated that he refused to use the word alleged in his claims because he witnessed these behaviors firsthand. It can make a man into a monster, and that's what he did, Dill asserted. Only one. This is what I'm talking about. You're talking about people that don't own no distribution, right? Everybody can have a label, but if you don't got no distribution, if you don't have one of these other record companies to put out your records, right? They're not just putting these deals out by themselves. You got Sony, you got Arista Records that were participants in Tommy Mottola. So you're telling me none of these? No, we're not talking about none of them, right? You talking about Funky Andre or Harrell, Uptown Records? Like Cuz had juice. Y'all keep talking about Russell Simmons like boy, Def Jam was a distributor, P. Like they didn't have to cut deals, P. And don't forget, he just was there by himself. The Rick Rubin wasn't there. No. That ain't the dude who got it really started and got the money and no. We not going. Come on, stop it, fam. Diddy's currently in prison. If y'all didn't know, you already know. A lot of blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, and blah, blah. Despite not running from his inevitable arrest, both the former Making the Band star and his legal team maintained that he is innocent. And that's what I'm gonna leave you with. But I ain't gonna hold you. I'm just gonna mold you, fold you, and scold you about being off code. Gonna leave you with 4 words as we always do around this time. Subscribe for the vibe, like for the spike, comment your vomit, and share if you care, if you dare to get Black empowerment everywhere. We are on all of the platforms: Apple, Spotify, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, Facebook. Come and take a look. You might get hooked. Don't get shook by them imposter Keep It P podcasts out there. There's only one B1 FBA, 24/7, 365 Black empowerment, and that is this Keep It P podcast. Love, peace, blessings, and maloha. I gotta go ha for sure ha. You already know ha. Big brother like Bryce Supremo Mike T. Signing off.
Von Savage Media. Von Savage Media.